We thought today would be really fun to just play real talk.
What action is unforgivable?
Pineapple on pizza?
Hell yeah.
I have no desire to be famous.
You don't think the show's gonna get that big?
The lyrics are beautiful.
My dream has been to make music. I can't sing.
Right.
Why are you always throwing my questions back on me?
Oh, is that not how we're playing?
I don't know. We've totally abandoned our parenting style. Where do we draw that line? Just let her cry. Is it okay to lie to avoid hurting someone's feelings?
Really?
I think I have IBS. I nearly shit myself this morning. Well, everything's toxic.
We're never eating bread again.
I want to navigate this very carefully.
Oh my gosh, I feel like that's so unfair. Good morning, everyone. Today is New Year's Day, or New Year's Eve day. And we're here at the studio recording a solo ep, which is where Eamon and I just sit down. And our intention today is just to have a lot of fun. The show is deep, you know, and it's exactly what we want it to be. But today we just want to laugh. So get ready for the episode. Actually, just to make you laugh to start, we were driving over here and Eamon had a tea, smashed a tea, and he had a little poopscapade, literally running up the stairs. And I don't know what it is about boys and the need for drama, but as soon as he sat on the toilet, he was like, ah!
I made it.
He made it.
Morning.
Happy last day of the year!
Yay! He's vlogging. Happy last day of the year, baby.
2007 camera.
All right, we're starting now.
Okay, let's do it. Who's starting this one?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the number.
We're rusty. It's the new year.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to your favorite podcast. I'm Eamon. That's also, and
I'm
that's
Bec.
And it's 2025 officially.
Well, tonight it's 2025, and today this is our big plan for New Year's, like coming in, recording a pod, having
Yeah.
our me time, and we'll probably be in bed by like 10.
Yeah, that was wrong of me. I shouldn't have wished away the year. It's
Yeah.
still a full day of 2024.
Exactly. How has 2024 been for you?
Best year of my life. Every year it gets better.
Oh,
You don't feel that?
I do. I really do.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would be very shocking for people if they like just on paper saw what we've gone through this year.
I think it's the exact same as parenting. It's like the hardest and the best.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. It's like you're constantly challenged. You're met with a lot less sleep, but there's just even more joy. So it kind of balances out. But it doesn't, because it actually makes it more epic because you're hitting highs you've never hit before.
Yeah, I got this meditation book from our friend Riley, and one of the pages, I think it was for yesterday. Each day it's just like a teeny paragraph passage about like, you know, something to think about that day. And yesterday's was, our whole purpose of being here is to have compassion, to experience love, and to feel joy. And until you've had really hard things happen or you've been through some trials, it's difficult to feel real compassion for people, because unless you've had something hard happen, like how do you really relate, kind of? And then you feel even more love because of it, and then the joy is amplified because you've been so low. I'm doing a bad job of like explaining it. But
No, I get that.
yeah.
I'm also just got this real motto of just have fun. Like just really try and enjoy every moment. It's not that serious. And I know I've probably heard that 1,000 times and people listening like, yeah, sure, bro. But it really, you know when it's clicked is it clicked when I was listening to Know Thyself podcast, and he had a guest on who was explaining that his most impactful interview he's ever done was the lady from a concentration camp. And she just had this most horrific things happen to her, and she was able to push through. And
She's like 90 something.
should I tell a story?
Sure.
Tell a story?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
You're
it's
gonna
not
butcher it
definitely
all,
not
but-
my story to tell, but
Yeah.
just quickly, she was 17 at the time, taken away from her family, or sorry, her whole family was taken to a concentration camp. Her parents were murdered in front of her, and then she was told to. They found out she was a dancer. She was told to dance basically in front of the people that murdered her family.
For their
her
entertainment.
parents, for their entertainment. And she was able to switch her mindset at that age. I think the last thing her mom said to her is, people can take a lot from you, but they can never take the power of your mind, or something along those lines.
So beautiful.
And so she was able to reframe that moment of dancing to, she said she was able to picture the guards as prisoners as well and just reframe that. And that story's really stuck with me.
You've talked about it maybe 100 times in a week. It's
well, I can't
really...
picture something worse happening on Earth. That's like literally hell on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, for her to overcome that, like, why are you stressed that you spilt your coffee, or that you have a busy day, or they're sitting in front of traffic? I don't know. It's really cool to have something like that really stick with you.
Yeah, and I think for everyone it's like a different story. I didn't listen to the pod, so it obviously affected me, but it's you listening to it was very impactful for you, which is really cool. And just how everyone has a pathway to
I don't know what to do with my legs.
I've been noticing that you're very uncomfortable. Would you like to reset?
Don't disrupt Oso.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Is that okay?
Well, it's funny because you've never sit with this leg up. I've never seen you do it in like 12 years of knowing you.
Trying it out.
It makes me happy that you're trying something new.
Does it look weird? No. Okay. The problem is my knees, right? Like I can't cross my legs. That would be the most comfortable thing.
What an affirmation.
Yeah.
You can.
Nah.
You've
Cross
been living.
your legs.
Cross your.
legs.
Do
Cross your
it.
legs.
It's
Cross your
2025,
legs.
baby.
Trust me, I'll end up in the hospital, dude.
No. Wow. Look at your affirmations. Come on.
No, because I have locked my knees before, baby.
Yeah, but you're just afraid. You're just in fear.
I can't do it. I get scared.
Okay, don't cross your legs. Just sit however you like.
I'm actually quite comfortable like this.
I wanted to talk about this time of year because everyone knows that between Christmas and New Year's is like, what day of the week is it? All this madness. We had a really great holiday, but just yesterday morning, someone said to us like, oh, how was your week? And I just hear you from the bathroom like, so chill.
That was Andrew.
Was it Andrew that asked? And I'm like, wow, this is the only way I can describe Eamon and I. We were on the go, basically weren't home for a single day in 6 days.
You're right. It wasn't chill. I lied to you.
Okay, but your instinct is like chill. And my instinct was like busy but great, you know? And it's like you just love being busy. So for you, that was chill? Or no, it wasn't chill?
No, it wasn't chill.
Okay.
I just lied. It wasn't
you
that chill.
actually just didn't want to get deep into the conversation, so you said chill.
Yeah, you know, it's just like, we
Chill.
got a busy day here. It's chill.
It was chill.
Like, we're not going to get into it, you know?
The highlight of this past week for me was Frankie.
For sure. It's got to be.
So Christmas night, we get home. We've had, again, a busy couple of days. She's out of any routine that we might have had established.
We should talk about that. We've totally abandoned our parenting style.
Yeah, like wake windows, gone. Trying to get her to bed in a certain way, gone.
She is protesting sleep. She does not want to sleep.
She's also started walking, talking, doing the things. So Christmas night, we get home from my parents. It's been a long day. She hasn't napped. It's like, okay, kid, you got to go to bed. I'm trying to get her down. I'm like loving on her. She's just like, nah. So I'm like, it's Christmas. Why am I going to resist? Like, why am I going to sit in here with you and you, whatever? Pull her out. She looks at me as she's reading with you and goes, Mama.
So awake too.
Yeah.
Like look like she just woke up ready to go had a coffee.
And she's never really said mama. Like she said it, but she doesn't. But
It's
she
so
looked at
special.
me. It was the
best.
And
then starts walking.
starts walking.
Like walking, like she's on a tightrope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it tight rope or tight rope?
Probably tightrope.
I think it's a tightrope as well.
Yeah. Also, do you think she's really smart?
I
was trying to understand because like parents are like, oh, she's so cute. Like everyone thinks your kid's cute.
Totally.
Right? Of course, we think Frankie's cute, but it's hard to know how smart she is.
And I don't want to compare, and I would never compare to another child, but I'm that biased mom who's like, even my mom came
She's sounding
to watch her.
out like multiple syllable words.
I know. Even my mom, who's her grandmother, who of course loves her more than anything, this morning I was like, no, Mom, she's really smart. Like she's saying all these words, and when I'm reading to her, she's sounding it out. My mom's like, so cute, like almost like patting me. Like I know that she isn't actually, like she's excited too, but
yeah.
I'm sure all kids are smart at 13 months. It's very exciting to see the development, especially after a year where I was reading to her all the time, and I'm like, like, what is she gaining from this? But she was totally listening the whole time. It's very powerful stuff. It's so cool being a parent.
Yeah, her brain is just totally going.
Which is why she doesn't want to sleep, probably too. Which is fine.
So yeah, we've abandoned wake windows, nap times. Like she's just gonna kind of do what she does, and
the biggest reason
I think it's gotten like I feel a lot less stressed about it. I feel like it wasn't really us.
Yeah, to have a
we
schedule.
we were kind of thrown into this, and we have a lot of family that do this stuff, and our friends that are like, no, you got to try this, and we're like pretty desperate to try anything, and then you kind of get obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And it ends up stressing you out more. Like even on Christmas Day, we got into a big fight because she hadn't slept, and then you're like, we'll just drive her around. She never sleeps when we drive her around. It takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like driving around, and she's just losing it. And then we get to and we're just like, we shouldn't have forced her to sleep, you know? Yeah. Looking back on it, we should have just been like more chill, accepting, you know what, she's a little cranky, but whatever.
Yeah, I think that's it, right? When the sleep is working and you're following a wake window and she's like taking her right naps, she's a very happy kid. Like sleep is important. But then there's the opposite where you're kind of forcing it when she's out and in a new environment and doesn't want to sleep. Oh man, we could probably do a whole, this is not a parenting podcast.
Stick with us. Andrew's falling asleep.
I've been in an epic routine of hydration these past 2 months thanks to our podcast sponsor, Element. Thank you. And don't I look glowing because of it?
You look amazing.
Thank you.
We've all heard that we should be drinking a glass of water per day.
8 glasses, not a glass.
Does that say 8? Yeah. 8 glasses of water today. But the truth is, hydration isn't about just drinking water. I didn't know that, but now you know as well. It's about water and electrolytes.
It makes sense. You lose both water and sodium when you sweat, and both are needed to be replaced to prevent muscle cramps, headaches, and energy dips. So often you think you're dehydrated, and those symptoms that we call dehydration are this mix of losing electrolytes and water. Drinking beyond thirst is actually a bad idea because it dilutes blood electrolyte levels, which leads to the headaches, low energy, cramps, confusion, or worse. So the solution isn't to stop drinking water. It's just to drink water and electrolytes. I think I talk about it a lot, but I've been really into my gym. It's this hot room, which is a mix of HIIT and Pilates style classes. And the amount of salty sweat that pours off of me is wild. And now that I understand how to rehydrate, I feel like I'm having more success at the gym. I'm feeling better post-gym.
Plus, it's delicious.
Okay.
I just love drinking it.
I'm obsessed with chili mango, watermelon salt, raspberry salt, citrus salt. The orange salt's good.
They don't make a bad flavor.
Honestly, they're so, so good.
Element was created by former research biochemist Rob Wolf and Keto Gains founder Louise Villaseñor. Element has enough sodium, potassium, and magnesium to get you feeling your best and performing your best.
Element has 0 sugar, artificial colors, or other dodgy ingredients to hold you back. You are guaranteed to find a flavor you're going to love, and there's just win, 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 win. So they came up with a fantastic offer for us. You just go to drinklmnt.com/reroot. You get a free sample pack with any purchase when you go to that link. Don't be confused or lame like me and call it LMNT. It is Element, but it is spelled drinklmnt.com/reroot. Check them out.
Back to the show.
We thought today would be really fun to just play Real Talk and show you honestly what our life looks like. This is on everyone in our lives' coffee tables now.
Yeah, if you don't have a real talk, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's just enhanced our lives so much. Pizza nights on Friday night are so much more fun. People just come over. I had book club last night. Nobody read the book, of course, so we're just kind of playing real talk. It's really fun.
I think we're going to give away a few of these. So we had the idea that if you can guess what my most used emoji is, you want to do mine or yours?
Yours is fun.
Mine is kind of surprising.
I think you should give them a teeny bit of context to help them, but don't give it away too much.
So anyone who types this emoji in the comments, we're going to send you a deck of real talk.
No, not anyone. What if like thousands of people guess it?
Then we send away 1,000.
Really?
There's no way 1,000 people are going to guess it.
I was thinking the first one who gets it.
No.
Okay.
We're giving away. Yeah.
How about first 20?
No. Well, you guys are so limited. Come on.
Okay.
You have like hundreds of thousands of followers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's just no way ever. What hint were you going to give me?
Oh, I don't know. Well, now we have to be careful about the hint. I mean, I want everyone to have real talk, but.
Yeah, I think people would be surprised that that's it.
Okay, so the hint is you'd be surprised by Eamon's most used emoji.
Yeah. Do you have a guess?
He heard you talking about it, though.
Did you hear me talking about it?
I don't remember. I would guess something like the raising hands in celebration.
Ooh,
or
that's a good guess.
Or like, I don't know. It could be many things.
I love
Yeah.
that. Okay. There's another hint.
Okay, so good luck. All right, are we just gonna rip one?
So that's leaving in the comments on this YouTube episode. So if you're listening on audio only and you want to participate, head over to YouTube, which I would highly recommend anyways, because the boys spend so much time dialing in this set. It's feeling cozy. I feel like I'm at home recording this. I'm feeling very happy today. Are you feeling happy?
Yeah, definitely. Feel great. It would also mean the world to take 4 seconds and just click subscribe.
Oh,
It's absolutely
it would.
free,
Mhm.
and we would really appreciate. We're trying to grow the show, and
We haven't actually told you what's about to come up. And one of the reasons why we kind of abandoned like trying to get Frankie to nap or have any kind of routine. In 2 days, we're leaving for 2 months, which is
wild.
before. It's so funny. My cousin was over last night and she's like, yeah, before you'd be like, oh, we're gone for 2 months. And it's like, okay, whatever. She's like, now I'm really going to miss you guys. You've been so much more grounded lately. And, you know, we used to disappear for a year.
Well, 2 months on Frankie is a big deal too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's honestly more than anything. Everyone in our lives is just really sad we're taking Frankie.
It's a
for
big
2
deal.
months.
She's gonna come back as like a running
I
around
know.
freaking toddler. Yeah.
So right.
Yeah.
The videos I'm gonna have to show you, Andrew. Get ready. Get ready.
I'll be there. I'll be
Aw.
there.
Get ready to act. Act like you care.
So we're going to Colorado
joking.
to start. We're doing a big ski
Yeah, I'm
snowboard
so pumped for
trip
that with a bunch of friends.
bunch of friends.
Max and his girlfriend Grace,
Mm,
Kara and Nate,
mhm.
Craig and Amy, Mike Corey.
Yeah, who we've never met but we're friends with, which is even more fun.
Yeah. Wow.
Andrew and Odette are coming. We're gonna
Yeah.
do some podcasting. Then we're headed to Hawaii, which we've never been. This all sort of happened because we're piggybacking on my brother who's taking a paternity leave and his partner who's on mat leave are going with their daughter. And we're just like, that sounds fun. Like, let's go too. So we're going to Hawaii, which is a crazy 10-hour something flight from Denver. And then we're going to Australia, which is another 10-hour flight. So, you know, we just thought it'd be crazy and fun to take a 1-year-old on a world tour of these flights, but we'll make it work. It's gonna
2
be great.
10-hour flights. And then
gonna
we
be
haven't
great.
even thought about the flight home.
No, I don't want to think about
Like,
it.
are we going direct?
Because then we're just in Australia. And
It's 20 hours with a 1-year-old. That could be a great video. Subscribe. Right?
That's what's so exciting is we're really excited to be filming.
Mm.
We're going to be podcasting. So we have some guests lined up. I know people will be so excited to hear that we're going to be with Ellen Fisher in Hawaii. I am like over the moon about that. She's been someone I've admired for so long. Mr. Kate. I won't give them all away, but so many cool people. If you have anyone you'd like to hear us chatting with in Hawaii or Australia, please leave that in the comments too. We're really, really excited. And we're excited to film and vlog again. And
Mm-hmm.
I know that the internet and some of our followers think that this podcast means we're not going to be doing videos anymore. It's just not true. We're very excited to vlog, but we just want to film when we're excited to film as opposed to because we are keeping up like a regular schedule kind of thing. And it seems very exciting to talk about filming, trying van life in Hawaii, all sorts of cool things. So
Yeah, I couldn't be more excited to just get back to Australia. Like, Max has been here 4 times.
I think so.
And so he's keeping a tally in his head. We haven't been back since we lived there.
Yeah.
And I just love Aussie so much.
Same. I'm almost worried we're not going to want to come home. But
I know.
if-
We have to. My brother's having a kid. So
Exactly. If he wasn't having a kid and I didn't have to come back for like my appointments every 3 months, it's
Yeah,
what's
agreed.
going to keep us grounded. And I think that after 2 months, we'll probably want Frankie to be seeing like her grandmothers and stuff again. Anyways, long reroute into real talk. I just feel like we should just play it.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
you shouldn't even be able to change the card.
you should be able to choose one,
Fine. Fair.
right? Because
Okay.
then it's like a little more
Let's do it.
interesting. Do you
Fine.
want to just I'll give you half the deck and then
Okay.
Or should I shuffle it?
Whatever you want.
All right, I'm going to shuffle it.
Kind of nervous because these questions can go like
I know.
woof, woo, woo, woo. But yes, Real Talk is available at drinkhabit.com if you're looking to spice up your combos.
Is the discount code
2025.
still available?
But it's not for the cards.
Oh.
Should we make a discount
Yeah.
code for the cards? Okay.
Especially for this episode.
What
Hook 'em
about
up.
what should we call it? Okay, well, I'll
Well,
only make it available for like 72 hours after this episode goes live.
Okay, 20% off.
Whoa. Amen.
Real Talk.
Is your most used emoji the money flying away?
Real Talk 20 is the code.
Okay, Real Talk 20 it is.
Or Real Talk 10 if you just feel generous and you only want to take 10% off. That code will be
We
available
make
too.
2 codes and people choose.
Yeah, you know?
okay. I love it.
Okay, here's your half.
Thank you.
Are you on top or bottom?
Whatever. Top.
Choose.
Aw, cool.
Are you going to go first?
Sure. Name a well, let me read the other one. Name a time. No, I can't decide. They're both so good. I'll do this one. Is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time, and what's stopping you from doing it?
You know the answer. My dream has been to make music. I've definitely taken some time to do that this year. And I might have overestimated how hard it is.
Underestimated.
That's the word. I do have a song written. It's about our friend Lee. And it's not what I thought it would be. It's totally changed directions.
No, the lyrics are beautiful.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the lyrics. I can't sing.
I was just going to say my critique would be that you can't sing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I've showed it to a friend, they're kind of like, okay. You know, and I can just tell, like, I don't feel like sharing it. I don't think it's worthy. And I think music is really interesting where it's the first time, like when I go and make a video and it's not perfect, I've never let perfection get in the way.
It's so true.
But with music, it's so much more like scary and vulnerable to share. There's something about like, but that's what adds excitement too.
Totally.
Because you're out there. You're putting yourself.
Weren't we just saying that like we felt these lows this year, so then we get to feel the joy? It's so similar because you're going to like that depth of your heart, really. Like it's a really beautiful thing about your relationship with Lee and you know how beautiful it was and is, you know. So that's vulnerable. And you're not like, I feel like I'm pretty vulnerable online. I share a lot of stuff and I'm really open.
Yeah.
And you aren't always as open.
Right.
But the song is like exposing you. It's beautiful. Yeah.
So I'm going to keep working on it. I found a great producer here in Toronto, and shout out to Raz. And he has been really supportive of like working with me, and I know nothing. So I like came to him and I'm like, yo, like I'm making a song. And I sent him the lyrics and he's like, whoa, these lyrics are great. I'll do it.
Give us a little like, what's the little, it was very catchy. The chorus there. No, sing it.
Okay, I will, but I got to look at, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Remember. So nothing's really stopping you from doing this thing that you, or what is
No, I'm doing
stopping?
it.
What's like the catchy, like that I was like singing around the house?
Saying a sad song is a love song?
Yeah.
They say a sad song is a love song or something like that. She's the girl who had it all with the force to attract. Laugh and make you cry. It echoes down the hall. She's no longer here. The world was too small.
Too small.
So yeah, it's in progress. Maybe it'll come out this year.
We're thinking it's called Not a Love Song.
Yeah.
Oh wait, not a sad song.
Not a sad song.
It's a love song.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm so proud of you. And I think
thanks, baby.
It's so easy to get stuck is kind of the wrong word, but because I mean, we're not stuck at all because we're trying this out. We're podcasting. We're doing different things. You know, I'm really proud of that. But it's so easy to even fall within that bucket and think that that's what you do and not be willing to just try something else.
Yeah.
And I've been really proud of you. And I love how stoked you are when you come home from these sessions and you're like, we played it like 10 times back. We were both like, this is a hit. This, you know, it's so great.
Well, that's why Raz is so supportive because he's like, you know, he's made some hits and he's vibing. He's like, bro, we got something here.
Aww.
And then I'm listening to it. I'm like, this is trash. Abandoned.
No, it's not trash.
But that's the creative process. I even texted him after because he had kind of not mastered it, but he had put it together with like some things just so I could start to sing it in the tone that we want. And I texted him. I was like, bro, I hate it. And he's like, dude, like that's the process. And like, I feel that with vlogs too.
Same.
Right? You get to a point where you've worked on it for hours and hours and hours. You're like, this is horrible.
Yes. We just had that the other day when we were putting together like the big episode.
Yeah.
At first you were like, this is so fun. And you really loved it. And I was like, epic. Like, I'm so glad. And then right before we posted, you're like, this is shit. Like, don't even like post it.
Yeah.
But it's totally, we'll pull up that chart I've seen so many times where the creative process, like, this is epic. Oh, great idea. This is epic. I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, this sucks. I hate it. No one's ever going to see this. And then it kind of swings back up and you realize it's all fun and creative.
I think a lot of people get stuck at this sucks and then this sucks. And then they probably let people into, other people's opinions, fear,
Doubts.
Negative thoughts. You're not good enough. No one's going to like this. What are the people going to think of me?
Love that. So for 2025, guys, just go after what it is that you've been wanting to do and dreaming of doing. Whatever's stopping you, stop letting it.
And be okay that it's not perfect.
Yes.
It might be shitty.
Yeah.
That's fine. At least you got it out there. I think your true friends and true people in your life are still going to support you.
Yeah.
Like when I sent it to Craig, he's like, bro, fire, so good. And like, it's not good, but I know he's like cheering for me.
Come
You know?
on. Yeah, just keep going. And I think you having your heart in it is what makes people want to support you. Right? And it's awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, bud. Okay. This one's interesting. I want you to answer it not with the response of, oh, I wouldn't change anything. Because I think that's kind of like a knee-jerk reaction. I agree. It's hard. So if you could change one thing about your personality, what would it be? I like the answer that you wouldn't change anything because you can work on it and it's, you know, it's brought you to where you are. I think that's like the classic.
Yeah.
But let's go into if you could.
Okay. If I could change one thing about my personality. Yeah, it's so hard. I think sometimes I can be, especially between you and I right now, like overly sensitive when we're navigating parenthood. You know, like you'll say something or even like, oh, take the binky out of her mouth. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, he doesn't see that I just like tried to calm her down for an hour and, you know, she just needs that to soothe her right now. And that's like, I think I'm overly sensitive about my parenting. Is that my personality? I don't know. Sensitivity. Like I'm a sensitive person for sure. And especially with you because you're so direct. It's like I can't be overly sensitive about the things you say. Sometimes you need to change as well. And we talk about it and I'll... like, I'll be honest, like, hey, it hurts me and I feel unseen or whatever's actually going on and why I feel sensitive about some things and not others. But yeah, it's just like a work in progress for sure. I'm working on it, but I can't be so sensitive about it.
I think you are sensitive in those moments, but you're really good at like bringing it full circle and like shaking it off. And, you know, you're not, like, you've never held grudges. Like we do work through things and it's like, it's gone. Yeah. It's not like you like, you know, holding on to things.
1,000,000%.
Which I admire.
And I'm proud of us for who, like our relationship because we do work through it. But yeah, I'm a very sensitive person. So
good answer.
Thanks. Oh my gosh. I'm just going with it. I'm not trying to. Who is your favorite celebrity? I already know the answer. Like, don't even try.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be Post Malone. It's got to be.
Okay. Why are you so in love with Post Malone?
I just think he's so authentic.
Yes, ma'am.
Extremely talented.
Yes, ma'am.
Like beyond talented.
Yes, ma'am.
Doesn't give a fuck what people think.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the ugliest tattoos and he just still rocks it. His music is so diverse. He's made like a rock star hip hop album and now he's doing country. And even his album before that was like very like alternative rock.
I love it because we were just saying that Max has visited us so many times and it feels like every summer Post Malone drops an album or something.
Yeah.
So Max was like, literally my anthem of every summer is Post Malone because I'm out there working with Eamon on the
Even
land.
the country album this year, we were forcing it. We were like not really vibing it.
You loved it.
Oh, I love it. Max didn't love it.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But the summer before that, the last, I don't remember, it was called Swimming Pools or Green something.
You loved it.
I still love that album so much.
Yeah.
And he's just really, he's also funny. I've been into watching Kill Tony.
Okay.
And he's been on that a few times. And the one episode he didn't really have any good lines, but then he had one really funny joke.
What, Post Malone is one of the characters?
He's one of the guests on the
on the
comedy.
Panel, kind of. Oh, okay.
Anyway, love you, Post.
Yeah.
And
let's put it out there that Post Malone will one day be on the show.
Yeah, 100%.
That's cool.
Can't wait.
What will you do? I've seen you fangirl over people before.
Yeah, I'll probably just crush on him. You know, I'll definitely start drinking again. If he's on the show, I will drink Bud Light with him for sure.
We should talk about that. I don't think you've had a drink in like at least 6 months, probably.
Maybe more.
It's amazing. You've been so much more grounded and
I'm
level.
feeling really confident about it.
Yeah.
Which is really exciting because, you know, there would have been some moments like we went to the Leaf game with Adam. You know, that could have been a moment where I was like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, like let's just have a beer.
Yeah, have a beer. Or the other night we went for dinner.
Yeah, you and Adam. Are you and Adam in a secret relationship?
Oh yeah, for sure. But I feel like really confident with, you know, just not drinking.
And I think my brother Adam is also in a place of like not wanting to drink, like just
No, he had beer both times.
oh
Yeah.
Okay, well I think he really respects.
He's
what
been getting
you're
into
doing.
beer. He told
Oh.
me. Yeah, he likes drinking beer.
Oh, okay. But the difference is Adam has one beer and like
He has
that's it.
discipline. Yeah, he has self-control.
And he'll get up and go for a run tomorrow
Yeah.
if he had a beer. It's like no big deal.
For me, I'll be dragging my butt thinking about that beer. And maybe it is guilt. Maybe it is like even when I go to bed, I'm thinking about it. Oh, I had that beer. I'm going to be dehydrated. Like, you know, you get in your head a bit.
Well, I was actually going to say it's more that you have the beer and then you want another beer and another beer. And
Well,
a
that's
shot
for
of
sure.
Tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd be fine if I had a beer.
Yeah. I have a question for you and for everybody. Have you ever signed up for something, forgotten about it after the trial period ends, and then you're charged month after month after month?
Yes.
The subscriptions are there, but you're not using them. In fact, I just learned that 85% of people have at least one paid subscription going unused each month. Thanks to Rocket Money, I can see all of my paid subscriptions in one place and cancel the ones I'm not using anymore. And now we're saving more money. They also make it so easy to cancel because they cancel it for you.
It's pretty amazing. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, and helps you lower your bills so you can grow your savings.
I know that sounds crazy, but they actually alert you when a bill payment is increased and then will let you know, and you can choose for them to try to negotiate it for you. They deal with the customer service, which is the thing I hate the most in the world. And customer service people, you're amazing. I just do not like being on the phone for hours trying to negotiate things. So Rocket Money will actually negotiate your bills for you.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. That's a lot.
So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/reroot today.
That's rocketmoney.com/reroot.
rocketmoney.com/reroot. Go.
rocketmoney.com/reroot. Okay. This is a good one.
Okay.
What are you most grateful for in life?
Oh my gosh. Well,
One
I do
thing.
this practice. Oh, one. Oof.
Most.
But I've been doing the practice. I know I've talked about it on here before, where before you're even conscious that you're awake and that you're Rebecca Maroney living in this body, start being grateful. So like I spend every morning being like, I love this bed. I am so grateful for how comfy our room is, how epic my pillow is. My pillow is epic.
Yeah.
Because I went to a dude and I was like, I'm getting really bad. He was like our neighbor at Chaiwala headquarters. He had a organic mattress place and he's like, oh, you're just sleeping on the wrong pillow. I just feel like it's this customized pillow for me, even though it's not. I don't know.
It is a nice pillow.
I
It
just
is
love
custom because
it.
he took out some of the
He took out some of the foam
rubber,
and made
yeah.
it the right height for me.
Yeah, it's shredded rubber if anyone's curious what pillow it is.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre. It's organic shredded rubber.
And I love it. And so
Yeah.
every morning I'm just super grateful for that. So that's very micro. But what I'm most grateful for is Frankie. I'm sorry. Like as cliche as it is, whatever. She brings me incredible joy. Oof. Like when she started walking the other day, I was like, oh yeah, I love being a mom and that's cool. But like, I'm not going to be one of those moms that's like almost like a stage mom when you were a dancer and like the moms that were trying to relive through you or something. I'm not that. But I'm close. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's walking.
But I'm
so
close.
proud of her. Like this is just
Well,
the
especially
because
she walks towards you with like pure joy. Like she's like, aren't you proud of me? Look at me, mom. Like
yes, her face is all lit
Yeah.
up and she can't believe what she's done. And then she like falls into you and hugs you and is like, ah! It's just I'm so grateful she chose us, that she's my daughter, that I have a happy, healthy daughter.
Mhm.
Like last year, I mean, she was out of the NICU by this time, but like life was so challenging, you know,
Yeah.
in this past year. So I'm really grateful for her.
I could have guessed that.
I know. I'm trying to be unique and different for these, but okay. If you had to rename yourself, what name would you choose? Isn't it funny how when you're naming a kid, it feels so intense? And then as soon as you name them, they just are that. Like, can you imagine Frankie being anything other than Frankie? I
No.
really wanted the name Sloan.
Maybe Post. I think
You
Post
would
is
name
cool.
your name. You would change your name to Post.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
or something. Like it's got to be unique.
You don't
right?
strike me as like a fanboy, but you're so in.
I just think Post Malone is a really cool name too. You know, he got that from a random name generator.
I actually
random
did know
rap
that.
name generator.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. But his last name is Post.
Yeah, Austin Post.
Mm-hmm. It's a cool name even as it is. Austin
So
Post.
dope.
Yeah. I think Eamon is such a strong name, and it's so you.
I do like my name.
I would go with Sloan for me because it's a name I really liked for Frankie, although I think it's becoming really popular.
Yeah.
So I don't know that. I think I would like something a little more unique. Rebecca's really, like there was multiple Rebeccas that I grew
agree.
up with.
You do deserve more of a unique name.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's why I assumed
You could
Bec.
change your name.
No, I like Bec. Like I
Okay.
like it's me, you know. But if I
Could
had
be cool to
change
change
my
your name because you're
Okay.
going to be changing to Fitzgerald. Right? Full name change? Eamon and
Sloan.
Sloan.
Sloan's cool.
Slither.
Slaza. Yeah, when we were thinking
Slaza,
of Frankie's name and we were talking about Sloan, Max was like, "Let me see what it's like in Australian slang." He's like,
Yeah.
"Slaza."
Slaza.
Slaza? Is that what he's calling her?
Slaza.
Slotha. Anyways, he was walking around like talking to my belly like, "Slatha, what's up?"
Oh, okay. I know you like to answer this one. I've definitely asked you before.
Okay.
Yeah. What was the first email address you ever had?
Oh, this is so funny. Okay, I know we've asked for a lot of things in the comments, but I think this is so hilarious, especially if you grew up like a
this would be
millennial.
good.
Tell us your first email address. Obviously, if it's not what you're using anymore and you don't want to expose your email address. I went with pochipoo@hotmail.com. Was there an XO? No, I had a Becca XO. Pochipoo. I thought it was spelling poochie poo, and I don't know why that's cooler, but I thought it was like poochie poo, like cute, like poochie poo. I don't know, it must have been in grade 4 when you did emails. So that was my first email address, and I've heard some really good ones. Like when we asked this, and people are like, I was man crush 5,000.
I don't remember mine.
Really?
I think I smoked too much pot. I don't
Yours would have
remember.
been funny. Probably
Yeah.
420 Blaze. No, you were younger.
Yeah. I don't know what it would have been.
Skater Boy 89.
Yeah.
It probably would have been. Is that yours?
No.
What was yours?
yours?
I think it was just like. That's a good question. I think it was similar to what I currently use.
No.
Just my initials.
Really?
last
That
name.
surprises
Yeah,
me.
it's super lame.
No, there's no
Just
way.
at hotmail.com.
There's just no way. You were that cool back then. I always was
I
like so
wouldn't say
jealous
that's
of.
cool.
Well, I always thought like, well, people are so confident they just do like Rebecca.Maroney@hotmail. I was Pachi Poo.
Yeah. Anyway, send back an email.
Oh, this one's sad. I guess I'll ask it and we'll see if we want to. I don't know if I should ask it. I have to ask it now. What is your most terrible memory? I've never pulled that one. I'm sad already.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you the first thing that came to my head, and I've told you this before, but I was in like grade, no, maybe older, grade 6 or something, and I asked how we were talking about boats and transportation, and I put up my hand and said, "How far does a boat go?" Because I didn't know if a boat could like go to all the way to Australia, and everyone started laughing, including the teacher. And like, how far does a boat go? Like, what a dumb question.
Aww.
And so I remember feeling really, really embarrassed, and that stuck with me, obviously, till this day. So it's silly that, one-off little thing. And it's really interesting thinking about that now with a kid, because you try and, prevent as much trauma. I don't know if you can call that trauma.
I mean,
shame, embarrassment,
yeah,
whatever.
like you that became a core memory for you.
Yeah.
That's probably shaped your willingness to ask for help, especially when it comes to like school related things.
Definitely.
I think. Like spelling
100%.
and things. You shut down so quickly if you're like, how do you spell this? And I'm like, try.
Yeah.
You're like, just tell me how to spell it. You know, you
Yeah.
can tell that you have a lot of resistance and anger still inside about that stuff. I'm so sorry you had that experience.
No, it's shapes you who you are,
Yeah, so how do you think it shaped you?
I think it maybe made me think things through before I speak. There's probably positives that came out of it too.
Mm-hmm.
Made me understand,
But I
social
think that's like a
dynamics.
really interesting question, honestly. Also, like as a kid, imagine thinking of the globe and the world and stuff, and you're like, so how far can a boat go? Like, does it just fall off I feel like it's not that dumb. I would have been like,
is it gonna run out of fuel? Is it gonna?
oh no, I'm even thinking like, does it fall off? As a kid, you're not...
It's a flat Earth theory. I don't know about that, dude.
Flat Earthers, hit us up in the comments.
I'm having the trauma moment right now.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
I would have been like that. I would have been
Right.
right on board. But you know what? I feel like I was probably the opposite kid who probably didn't ask those questions because I was already embarrassed, if that makes sense. And then I didn't develop my curiosity as much as you. You're so curious. What are you looking at?
think what?
What were you just looking at? My earrings?
No, it's deep in thought.
Oh, okay.
I think the main part of why I was embarrassed because the teacher was laughing. Right? That fucking teacher should have been like, "Oh, Eamon, I see what you're trying to ask here.
Yeah.
That's a great question." So with cruise ships, they carry fuel on board, and as long as they have enough fuel, they can make it to Australia. Instead, they also joined in on making fun of me. So wrong at that age. Like so
Yeah.
inappropriate for a teacher.
So inappropriate, and obviously she just had no
It was a dude.
Oh, he had no clue, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's the lesson in all of it is like how to navigate life. Is it's actually nobody else's. You're a kid, it's different, but it's nobody else's. I was watching this thing last night. It's like forgiveness is a one-woman job. Like me
100%.
forgiving you, as much as you're the one who hurt me, it's my job to like forgive you, and it's my job to work through. Getting choked up, why it was so hurtful, and it's my lesson in my learning, right? Because oftentimes the person who's doing the harm to you doesn't even know, right? Like he doesn't know that stuck with you this whole time, or he just kind of giggled because everyone giggled, and it's like laughter's infectious maybe, and he was like, oh, okay, to come back, and actually maybe he did give you a good answer, but you couldn't hear after the laughter. Who knows?
But that is so true, and I don't think I understood that for a long time because you're carrying the baggage. You're the only one that's affected by it.
Totally.
And I look at my dad who didn't forgive people that screwed him over for a long time, and he's the only one that suffered. He's the only one that missed out on the family get-togethers and the relationships and the cousins and all that shit. And it's easier said than done. I don't know what it feels like to be backstabbed, but
I mean, but we've been through like things with people and stuff, and maybe it's not to the same degree, but I think we've had these kinds of experiences, and you do realize, and I've realized that it's just this one-woman job of saying like, okay, I'm letting go of that because it's unhealthy for me to carry it. And you see those other people just living their life and continuing, and you realize they're probably not thinking about this at all. And if they are, then that's their own.
This is it's just the perfect segue.
Okay.
What action is unforgivable to anyone? What action is unforgivable to you? Has someone crossed that line in your life?
I think everything, because we just said it, is like forgiveness is healing for me. So would they continue to be in my life? No, but I would forgive them, because not forgiving just means I'm carrying this heavy rock, like you describe it, in my body. And whether you know it or not, subconsciously, you're carrying that around. It's like a very heavy thing to carry around everywhere you go and kind of have this resentment towards people. I think for me, at least at this point, it's mostly when I've opened my heart and really supported people and felt as though I was like used, it wasn't reciprocated, or if they took advantage of like the business opportunity of being our friend, which is really sad to think about. Yeah, it makes me emotional. Honestly, it does, because it's happened and it just hurts. Yeah. So for me, it's more about like forgiving for myself, and then just having that boundary of like, okay, they're just not in my life, which is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Is there anything that's like unforgivable?
Yeah, I agree. Anything that crosses the line with trying to put someone ahead of you and your relationship, or take advantage.
Yeah, because I think I've been really proud, especially I think I learned this from you. I think when we started business, I really admired the way like you shared our suppliers with other tea companies, and you were just never competitive. You always knew that there was room for everyone, whether it was collaborating with you, like you were just the collaborator. And I think that's my nature as well. I think it's all of our nature, but there's this underlying thing, like if you're not competitive, then you're going to fall behind in some way, but you just never had that. So you really taught that to me. And I think we've extended that to everyone that we've crossed paths with. And sometimes that doesn't work in our favor, but most of the time it really, really does.
Yeah.
And that's why we keep going. Oh, name something that your best friend is great at. Your lover boy Adam, or who's your best friend?
Adam did pop into my head.
Sarah literally said yesterday, I think in their ideal world, Adam and Eamon would be in the relationship. Like, it's just unfortunate that you have female partners.
I think we'd make a great couple.
Mm-hmm.
Adam's great at like staying connected with people.
I knew that was going to be your answer too, because he is.
He's good at that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's got a lot of different crews, and you know how many times I've walked in the garage, he's just sitting like finishing his phone call. He's driven home and he's just sitting because he likes calling people on his way home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
I love the idea. I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but I'm so down to be the one in the car calling someone to have that chat. But if Adam was saying the other day, like if he knows Ramos is in the car, but he's at home, he's I can't pick up the phone because he has a free 30 minutes. But you don't always have that if you're at home with the kid.
Like phone, like you gotta catch you in the right mood.
I'm not really a phone call person.
You're not a phone call person.
I'm not a texter.
You know,
I'm not any of like
You're also not really a multi-purposer, like especially if the kid's in the car.
I know.
It's too much stimulation. Don't have the radio on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call my mom. You know, I just can't handle my mom, and then also dealing with Frankie.
Okay.
Or my dad.
You know what I think it's so funny because when you just talk to your partner, it's almost like the feedback loop is very small. So you think what's normal is normal because it's normal for you. But the other day I was talking to a few girlfriends at my gathering with all our friends and their kids. And one of them was saying like, excuse me, if Andrew, her husband, even tries to have a phone call in the same room, but there's nothing else on. So you'll do that with music on, a podcast playing, Frankie playing with a toy, and you'll be on speakerphone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I say, I think I'm overstimulated. Could you please take the phone? Like, I'm pretty calm. She's like, if he even tries to have a phone call not on speakerphone, there's nothing else on, I just give him the look and he's got to get out because I'm overstimulated. It's too much.
Oh, Haley.
So, but what I'm saying is it made me feel a lot better that I can't handle all the stimulus. So in your ideal world, there's like 4 audio things going on.
I guess the difference is if Andrew's calling like someone for work or something, like our lives are so intertwined that like people want to say hi to you too, you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, Bec's here.
You're going to make me pee my pants. You're always like, no, you got to be on this call too. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm watching Frankie right now and I'm doing this other thing and I'm also like paying the bills. And you're like, oh, but everyone wants to say hi. It's like, I don't have capacity. I don't know.
It's just so much more fun.
I do love that about like you want me on everything.
I also want to have more relationships, right? Like I want to call people more and you really don't.
Yeah. It's not that I don't want to have that connection with people. I'm just like an in-person person. And my best friend.
It's so nice just to call people.
No,
I
don't.
And also I don't like long chats, you
No.
know? They don't need to be like fighting to get off. It's like, all right, dude, talk to you later. We don't need to do like a whole thing. Well, I hope you have a good thing and then wrap it up.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's just like, you know, call me for 5 minutes. Cool.
You're really good at like setting that boundary too. I think I'm just like when I'm in the call, I'm like, oh, here we go.
Good at planning calls. I cannot stand when our friends are like, you know, we need to organize a call.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cam and Cena love doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Raya loves doing that.
I think, but to be fair to all of them, it's because we're like not around to
but
pick
just
up the call.
But then I won't answer. I'll call you back.
Yeah. But then they're not available for the call. It's like sometimes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's what I'm meant to be, baby.
Okay.
But like Raya's been wanting to have a chat for
I know, and we should.
2 months. We should, but just call us. You're way better off just calling.
I think she's tried to just call us. What I'm
She
saying. Sorry, Raya.
worked.
I love you. I'm not a phone call. Like I'm just bad. My bestie
Raya,
was
call
saying.
me. Call me right when you hear this if you're listening.
My bestie said that I've been this way since cell phones came out when we were like 16. I would literally lose my phone for like 4 days.
It's interesting because your mom loves calls.
No, I know.
Your
But
sister,
my dad doesn't. I'm more like my dad.
Right.
I'm a lot more like my dad. My dad is so present in person. But my mom might even be on her phone texting someone else or calling someone else when you're in the room.
Fair.
But my dad would never look at his phone. And do I ever look at my phone when I'm with people? I'm like so there.
And so your brother got that from your mom.
Yes.
And your sister.
My sister's not really a phone person either.
You should call your mom a lot.
Yeah. on her drives. When
Right.
it's
And
convenient
then,
for her.
okay, I'm home.
She does that with me too. She's like, she has a 5-minute commute. She'll call me and I'm like, she's like, oh, my daughter's in the window. Gotta go. I'm like,
Yeah.
see ya. I was just telling you about my life crisis. But no, I'm just kidding, Mel.
Fair
You're
enough.
amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Can I pee real quick?
Yeah. Andrew, you want to answer a question with me while we wait?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Bring it on.
When did you last belly laugh?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's so good.
I'm pretty sure I did last night. So I had a friend visit from Vancouver that was in the GTA here, who just had a baby actually, and his partner Taylor is a fan of the podcast.
Hey, Taylor.
I was excited to find out that when Andrew is mentioned on the podcast, it is in fact me.
That's amazing.
And did not know that. Yeah, I forget what the story was. I think it's actually a pretty odd one. My friend Jordan was describing the process of being in the line at Berghain in Germany, in Berlin, which is like a
Very specific.
kind of electronic techno nightclub, but kind of this probably won't end up in the podcast.
No, keep going.
But kind of it's just like often referenced as like a difficult place to get into.
Okay.
So it's kind of a comparison, and I just have mentioned that randomly in conversation as like a joke. But he actually described the experience, so I thought that was pretty funny.
Okay.
And he did get in.
I love it. I love belly laughter. I feel like that to me is like the most healing feeling, you know, when you're just like really laughing with someone.
Yep.
It's like you've connected. It's like that. I don't know. It almost feels vulnerable because it's just so like you've just lost control.
Yep.
When did you last belly laugh? I'm going to pee now.
I was with Adam and Ramos shooting for their business. Oh, yeah. And that's cool. and they're both kind of, well, Adam's had quite a bit of experience with the vlog now, like with being on camera, but I don't think Andrew has. And so they're sitting here. They have a business, OEO, Ontario Education Online, shout out. They offer courses online, Ontario certified credits. And so we're shooting like a promo video for them, and Andrew doesn't know what to do when Adam's talking, you know? So he's like trying to figure out where his hands go. And then he just looks at the camera and just rips a big smile, you know, out of nowhere. And I'm like standing there looking at the lens, and I'm trying to hold it in because Adam's finally got a flow going, and I just burst out laughing. It's so fun. Anyway, belly laugh is great. It's just, I love when you get in that zone of you can't control it, and it. Did everybody start really belly laughing? Yeah, of course.
So good.
And then we did it again when we watched it back.
Oh, that's the best. You know, when I think of belly laughter, I think of that time. I mean, it's like I've belly laughed since then, but when we were in the UK visiting Ryan and Louie, Kara and Nate were there and Steve Booker was over. And you, Eamon, I mean, I think everyone, this is like common knowledge, but you really struggle when there's a script or like something you have to say.
Oh, yeah.
You're much better when you're just like off the cuff. So you were doing an AG ad read in front of everyone, which is also your nightmare. So when you have to do something scripted and it's in front of everyone, and oh my gosh, because everyone was trying to like hype you up, and like Steve was like, oh, I'll try it for the first time on camera. So like then you'd hand it to him and he'd take a sip, but then you wouldn't get the line out. So it was
hilarious.
This hilarious. And it's to the point where like if we watch it back, we all still have that like belly laughter in us, you know?
Yeah.
It was so funny.
How do you explain the energy of when we were in that grocery store with Steve? You know when like you're just in this like fun energy, and we were just in this grocery store in the UK.
Yeah.
And we were just like little kids giggling. Oh, so come on. Up.
Sit up, honey.
Good boy. Come on. You can join the game. Down.
Okay.
Yeah,
as long
good
as
boy.
you're comfy.
Down.
Can anyone else relate as a kid? I just wanted my dog to cuddle me so bad that I would sleep in like a little ball so that she would stay on the bed with me. Oh, sweet boy.
Yeah, don't hit the mic now.
I think what you're describing is just like childlike a connection between you and Steve, and you guys clearly have it, and it's just like so fun to be around the person, and you both
love that guy.
Yeah, I love him too. If you had to get a tattoo right now, where would you get it and what would you get? Which is like, come on, this is the easiest thing for you probably, but
I would get anything.
Anywhere. Anytime.
Yeah. I just think tattoos are so cool, and I can't wait to collect more. I was supposed to get a bunch before we left.
Actually, tell them what you're like waiting on getting.
Oh yeah, weigh in, guys. I'm thinking, because I had this kind of random one done in a van, and it's kind of like an O. So I was thinking about going LOVE, because love is all you need. I also, it's like a nice reminder to just give more love, send more love, spread more love,
Be love.
and then I see some dude at the stewardess checking us in, the airline, and he's got it. And I was like, bro, great knocks.
Great knocks.
If
And he's
you're a
like,
tattoo artist in Denver, hit us up.
Yeah. I
Would
love
you get one?
I get the L, the V, or the E.
Would you get one, Andrew?
I don't know, maybe.
Do you have any?
No.
I like that your answer's maybe though.
Yeah, always open to things.
If I had to get one right now, I would get like this stencily kind of butterfly right here. In like a cool moment where I was feeling sort of the next layer of evolution. I don't even know. That sounds really hippie, but I was basically just out on a walk and felt like really connected and grateful for what I've been going through and stuff. This woman walked past me with a butterfly right there. And I just thought, oh, like what a symbolic thing to a butterfly. And I think it's going to be one of our flash options for the tattoos at the wedding.
Yeah.
And I think I'll get it there,
Yeah.
which would be so funny. Like all my wedding photos with me with my fresh tattoo.
That'd be cute.
You saw my dress the other day, by the way.
I know. Just at the back.
The back is everything.
It was vibes. I didn't really stop and stare.
I was really proud of that.
Yeah, I just kind of flashed.
One of my girlfriends that I'd sent a picture to, which I guess is on me. Like I got rid of the photos, but I had sent her a picture. She sent me some really cute stuff of her kids. So Eamon was looking through like the photos and the videos of her kids, and then you scrolled one too many. And anyways, it's bound to sort of happen, I guess.
Yeah. As you get older, do you find that you act more like your parents?
That's such an interesting one. I feel like the answer is probably yes, but I don't think I am naturally that much like my parents, honestly.
I don't think right now.
Yeah.
But I could see maybe as you get older. Like I think my mom, I never really knew my grandma, but I think she's becoming a lot like my grandma.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Didn't we ask this at your family Christmas with like your mom's siblings, and they were all like kind of throwing shade at the other one that they are becoming more like their mom than and they're like, I'm not like mom, and the other one's like, I'm not like mom, which I think is everyone's sort of reaction, like, oh, I'm not like my parents. But I'm sure I have like a lot of great qualities from both of my parents.
I mean, I see it already in Frankie. If you're spending that much time with someone and you're looking up to them like they're God, you know what she does, look up to you like you're God. You are God. Yeah, she's just soaking up every little action, the way you respond, and that's why I think it's so important that you lead with love. And
yeah, I think that was like one of the biggest compliments of the year for me was I sent Craig a photo of Frankie, and she had this big smile, like her whole body was smiling. I was like, look at how joyous like my kid is, and he was like, she's learned that from you, like she's just your mirror.
That's cute.
Oh,
good
what
guy,
a compliment. Like, oof, so good. Was that you?
Yeah.
What do you think older people regret the most when they look back on their life?
I think by far they regret not being authentic to who they are and taking more chance. Like I think worrying about, I mean, this is maybe a 3-parter now, but worrying about things that never come true and not going for dreams, ambitions, things that they wish they did.
That's why that question we asked earlier of like, what's something that you're always wanted to do, but you're not doing, and what's stopping you from doing it? And especially with this being the new year, I think that question is, I would really encourage everyone to stop and just ask themselves that simple question. It could be the simplest thing of like, I want to be outside, like taking 10 breaths every day, but I just don't do it. Why don't I make the time? Like we all know that that's a great way to start the day, but I don't do it. Why am I not doing it? Like we just have these beliefs that we're too busy. We got to get up and get going or whatever. I
think a good exercise too would be to write it down and put it on your bedside table.
Yeah.
So you wake up and see it every day.
Yeah, I love that. I have like a little
sticky notes,
vision board like that in our room, and it's just, even if you don't notice it, you're noticing it subconsciously, I think, every time you walk by it. So love it. I also think that people regret everything you said, but like just not spending time with their people enough, like whether that's your children because you were too focused on career, or you didn't have children, maybe that becomes a regret, or just I think the point of life, like I said earlier, is love and joy. And I think that we find a lot of that as human beings in connecting with human beings. So I think it sounds as though when I watch those videos of like older people and their life regrets, it seems like, you know, that human connection piece, however it looks for them, is what people seem to regret.
Would you want to be famous? What would you be famous for?
No, I have no desire to be famous. And do I have to answer if, I guess if I had to be famous for something, maybe I'd be like an author or something.
Really?
Define famous.
I'm trying to think of like a famous where people don't really know a lot about you and like nobody would stop and be like, oh my God, you know?
You
like
don't
an
like
author.
You don't like that at all.
No, it's not that. I mean, I wouldn't say that we're famous. So
Well, we get recognized.
yeah. No,
Is
I
that-
like that.
You like that?
Yeah. Because I think that the people in our community, you guys are dope. Like straight up so awesome. Like
Yeah.
there's very, very rarely am I not walking away from an interaction with someone who stopped us. Often I'm thinking, oh, I'd hang out with them. Like they're cool. Like if I ran into them again, I'd have a coffee if we had more time or something.
I really like how, like, I'm really happy with how, I'm going to use the word famous we are right now, if you can call it that.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it that, but yeah.
Okay, well, what do you want to call it?
I don't know.
Recognizable?
Known. Yeah.
Known?
Yeah.
I think that's it's a really healthy place.
Yeah.
It's weird that it's been like many years of it now. It feels like this is just our life and it's normal.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine going into that next level
No.
of like, you can't leave your house.
I know. I saw Mr. Beast talking about it, and obviously we're like nowhere near Mr. Beast. But even he said when he hit 10 million subscribers, like it got to the point where he couldn't go to the grocery store.
Yeah, that would suck.
Couldn't go to Walmart. Like if he did go somewhere and someone was like, can I have a photo, within seconds, like he was being swarmed because that person would put it on every social media and say Mr. Beast is here. And that would be really, really challenging. Really, really challenging, especially with the
What are you
kid
going to
now.
do when the show blows up?
Oh, everyone's awesome though. I just don't see that. To me, I guess I'm thinking of famous like Justin Bieber, Mr. Beast. The people who have to have security and like can't
Yeah,
go
but
out.
you don't think the show's going to get that big?
The show is going to be massive. Yeah.
Worry about that then?
No, I mean, I just feel like
I'm just wondering if it does take away so much of your privacy and
Mhm.
it really does change your life. At what point would you shut it down?
if I couldn't leave my house, I would shut it down. But we can leave our house.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about.
Oh, I just got to rename yourself. Okay, well, what makes you angry?
Oof. What makes me angry?
I'll get comfy for this one. It could take a while. You got a list? I feel like you're getting better with your anger.
Yeah, it makes me angry when I'm not parenting to your standard.
Angry?
Yeah, I get frustrated.
Yeah.
What else makes me angry?
And what does that mean? Like if I make a comment, you're angry, or
Yeah, like if you know, I've been trying to get Frankie down and you come in and you're like, oh, you got to do that. You got to do it this way. You got to bounce her.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's levels to this, you know?
Yeah. I mean, let's get into it because the exact opposite happens all the time as well. You come in and I've been with her for probably 10 times the amount of time that you were trying, and you'll say the same thing.
Yeah.
Guys, we're working through it. Parenting is hard, can I
It's
just
really
say?
hard.
It's really hard. And no matter how aligned we are, just as people and as parents, we are aligned. It's like these micro decisions we're making on a second to second basis. And I'm sure this gets even amplified as they're more human-like and out in the world. And, you know, you want to figure out how to navigate when someone's bullying someone at school. It's like, but yeah, it's just, it really challenges you. And you can see why people don't make it, because it's challenging. And I think the anger likely comes from this fear that we both want to do the absolute best for Frankie. And maybe it's a fear that you don't think that I think you're doing the best by her, or me vice versa, or we feel unseen or underappreciated in some way. Like, it's just fear at the
I
end of
think
the day.
a big part of it is, I want to navigate this very carefully,
Mhm.
but a big part of it is when it comes to parenting, and maybe I'm wrong, but if you give it, like for you, you're willing to go to that extreme of like past 10 energy. And if we are always willing to go there, whether she's crying or she needs this or whatever, then that's the standard that she's used to.
Mhm.
So I understand she's crying. She needs to go to bed. We need to figure out a way to calm her down.
Mhm.
But I think I'm willing to let her cry, you
Mhm.
know? Like, I'm not willing to constantly intervene there.
Mhm.
And if you're constantly going to that 13, 14 level,
Mhm.
then that's the new standard she's going to expect.
And I would say that I don't see that as going to 13 or 14 level. I
That's
see it
just
as she's a
normal.
baby. And she, like, can you imagine trying to navigate that? I tell you all the time, when you can't sleep, you have all these tools.
So
to
that'll
help you.
change when she becomes a
Yes.
toddler?
Yes.
Okay.
And
I guess that's my fear, is like,
Mm.
we're going to constantly be met at,
Mhm.
you know, I'm just not, I'm exhausted, and I'm a great parent, and, you know, sometimes the kid is not going to listen, and
Yeah.
where do we draw that line?
I think the biggest thing that I took away from seeing all my girlfriends who have multiple kids and, you know, are like that much further along than us is like, everything is a phase. And I've
Yeah.
tried to tell you this, but even like when Frankie was really sick, I think it was easy for you to be like, oh my God, this moment,
This can't be our life.
this can't be our life.
Yeah.
And I know, but maybe that's just like the mother instinct, or that I am around enough moms that kind of talk through these things, and men don't seem to talk about it as much. But I knew that that was like a blip in time, and that she just needed a lot of extra support for a week.
Yeah, I think
Right.
that is very good advice to
Yes.
remind yourself. Yeah.
This is we won't even remember what all of this was like.
Well, even worse, we'll forget and want another one.
Yeah. Even worse.
Also, what makes me angry is when there's a weird energy and someone's not saying something.
Yeah.
When the energy is spoiled, everyone is thinking something, but no one wants to say it. I really don't like that. It does make me angry.
Why anger?
Because life is too short, and we need to communicate. Communication's the only way. You know how many times people leave a situation and they're all thinking something, and then it goes through their life, and it's just like, let's all just put it out there and be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know why anger,
Yeah.
but it is anger.
Yeah. Pineapple on pizza?
Hell yeah.
Why not?
The more, the better.
Shout out Chatham, Kent, Ontario, where that came from, apparently. It was invented in a small town in southwestern Ontario.
Really?
Yeah. Look it up. Wikipedia.
Someone just decided I'm going to put pineapple on this pizza, and then...
Yeah,
But isn't it called a Hawaiian pizza if there's
It's
pineapple?
called a Hawaiian pizza, but it's not actually from Hawaii. It's actually invented in southwestern Ontario. I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but it's like downtown Main Street, Chatham, Kent, Ontario, right on the river.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you like from Chatham, or
No,
why do you know
I just know that interesting fact.
I love that. Love it.
Okay. What is one fact about you that most people would never guess?
Oh my.
You're a pretty open book.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've talked about it, but like, you define me as introverted, even though I don't think I am. But I don't think that's a fact that people wouldn't guess about me.
I think people would be surprised, because I think if they watched us online and they saw how like bubbly and fun you are, they might be surprised that you don't always want to do that.
That I also really enjoy alone time.
Yeah.
Like as much as I love being around people, and I really do, and I actually get energy from it. Like if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go take a bath.
You give it a lot of energy.
Yeah.
You don't like being around people. You're not good at being around people and being not energetic.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Like, I could happily like be around 10 people and just sit on the couch.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like getting fueled.
Yeah.
And you're like
engaging. With
yeah, you're like
everyone.
really just sending it.
Could
and
be
then
a bit of people pleasing, honestly. If I'm being totally honest, it's probably like, oh, everyone here, like, I hope
definitely is.
that they like me and that I'm like.
You're willing to go to extreme lengths. Like it.
I don't think it's inauthentic. I don't think.
No,
I'm being
it's
like,
not inauthentic at all. But
Oh.
it's like extreme. Like, I'm trying to think of a specific example. But you would give someone away, like, let's say we were leaving in the morning and we only had breakfast for Frankie, but someone was hungry. You would like give that food to them, and we'll figure out the food later. I'm very giving, I think. Yeah.
And like, I think a more fun fact about me that no one would know is that I can say, have I said this on the podcast? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious backwards. Have I done this on the podcast?
I'm impressed you said it forwards.
Thank you. Backwards, it's Shisotola Ipset Katsila Darfalakrapus.
Nice.
My name is Inorom Ukabur Rebecca Maroney. My uncle wasn't much for school. So instead, while he was at school.
Wasn't much for school? Is that even a sentence?
He just really, school wasn't for him. He wasn't for school. I don't know how else to say it.
I wasn't much for school.
He wasn't much. You were much for school. So he took it upon himself to like learn how to speak backwards. And my grade 7 speech was, I opened it with Shisotola Ipset Katsila Darfalakrapus. I just said supercalifragilisticexpialidocious backwards. And I'm going to explain the phenomenon basically of speaking backwards or something like that.
Did you win?
Oh, I won every year.
Really?
Maybe that's something else nobody knows about. I was like a total, I want to say cool nerd. Like I was very, very into school, but I was very social and like had friends, and I wasn't like above hanging out to do my book work or whatever. But I think most grade 6, I went all the way to like regionals with it was called, I was afraid of going to the dentist. I hated the dentist. So it started, it was like, zzz, 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 and I like looked at all 3 sections of the gymnasium.
Nice.
Locked everyone in and was like, are you afraid of the dentist? And then I went into this whole thing.
Did you like move around the stage, or was it because I feel like that is a important part of
like public
performance.
speaking.
Yeah, like spreading out the energy.
I probably spread it out. I memorized it, of course.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I didn't.
you
Need,
gotta.
yeah.
Yeah, got it. So you're gonna make it to the big time.
So I'm pretty sure that was grade 6, grade 7, and then you know what? I don't know if I made it all the way for grade 8. I definitely did a Survivor one as well. I think that was grade 5.
Nice.
Does every country everywhere do speeches? Is that like a thing? Did you know what I'm talking about? Speeches?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think it's an important part of.
Yeah, public speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun facts about me. I don't know if any of those were fun, but there you go.
I liked it.
What about you? What's interesting? What is something about you that people would be surprised?
Why are
to
you
know?
always throwing my questions back on me?
Oh, is that not how we're playing?
I don't know.
Are you angry about that?
Fun fact. Someone doesn't know about me.
A fact. It doesn't have to be fun.
Oh.
You sleep with an eye mask now.
Yeah, that's weird. All of a sudden, I like sleeping with an eye mask.
Yeah.
I like the full blackness.
Yeah, I like it too. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty particular when it comes to sleep, temperature. I've poops. I think I have IBS. I nearly shit myself this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I literally, we're getting a coffee, and I didn't even take a sip of it, but I did chug a tea before I left. I think that was it. And
He's so. I mean, I opened this vlog, if it makes it in, with how dramatic you were about it. It was wild.
babe,
Okay. It's not a fun fact if we go much further.
we were
than this.
seconds on the line there.
Yeah. You've been this way for a long time as well. It's led to some very interesting travel experiences with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you sleep with an eye mask. Have you tried taping your mouth shut?
Isn't
I
that for
don't-
snorers?
Yeah,
don't
well,
snore.
if you snore or if you have dry mouth in the morning.
I don't,
I recently did it. Very good. Very good.
Really?
Yeah.
Very good.
Nothing sexier,
Gums
right? A
feel
little
good.
tape on the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, you do it up like this?
Yeah, just enough to keep your mouth.
What kind of
closed.
tape?
Just like a specific mouth tape.
Oh, okay, not
Order
like
on
duct tape.
Amazon.
Scotch tape or duct tape.
No, not like a contractor grade tape. It's very
It's interesting.
sensitive.
I don't
Yeah.
think
I
that
have a
either of us
sensitive
would need
face.
that. I mean, sometimes I'm a bit dry mouth, but not like crazy.
I found out that dental floss is toxic. Now that we're on like the health wellness,
In what way? Like it made of plastic?
apparently it's pretty similar to like Teflon tape that you use for plumbing,
Oh.
and you're just like
I can see
shredding
that.
little micro plastics into your mouth. Oral B, all that stuff. Glide.
This is a fun fact about Eamon that many people might not know. He consumes maybe like 10 minutes of TikTok or whatever it is that you're on every day.
Yeah.
Instagram. And every single day, there's a new thing that we are cutting out of our lives forever.
Well, everything's toxic.
Yeah. So, and that must be your feed. It's all what's toxic. So then he'll be like, we're never eating bread again. So I'm going to go like 2 days and I'm starving. Frankie doesn't have her like peanut butter toast she loves. And we're both just like, and then it's pizza night because we do Friday.
But I guess one could argue the benefits of flossing would far outweigh the...
or the happiness that pizza night brings you is like worth eating bread. And then he's like, forget it. I'll have a piece of pizza. And then that's gone. So it's very funny because it's like a 2-day cycle, but you're very hot.
Hot.
Coming in hot.
Like
I did buy natural dental floss and it's great. I actually like it better than Glide. And it might not even be natural.
Does it glide as smoothly as Glide?
Well, it's like much thinner. I'm looking at the package after I bought it, and it comes in like a cardboard. It could be totally greenwashed. And it says like 100% vegan wax. That's all it says. It doesn't say like natural. Yeah, it's made in China.
Yeah.
So it might not even be it could be worse for you.
Yeah.
How do I know?
And I bought a bunch of it. I bought like a lifetime supply.
Yeah. That is how I would describe life with Eamon as well. It's like the most extreme, and that's why things get done, like projects. If you are in a project, it's like extreme. You're gone. Like I was watching the vlog where we started doing this space up. I think it's the New Beginnings one. And I'll never forget the day you came in and we were going somewhere and we had like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just need to run out for a second. I had no idea what you were doing. You came here and you
finished the gear closet.
Finished the gear closet. I didn't find out until we were vlogging because you're obsessive like that. So when you find out that dental floss is bad for you, because one person on the internet said it, you're like, I'm never using that again until
it was a compelling argument.
Until you go back and use it again, which is so funny. Or bread. That's been a big one. You said you weren't doing oatmeal for a long time in the morning because of glucose spike. Oatmeal's trash. But then you had it this morning.
I was just sick of eggs. I was eating a lot of eggs every day. The eggs. I like eggs a lot, but it's just like, what else do you eat?
100%.
I put protein with it, so hopefully that balances it a little bit, the oatmeal.
100%. When was the last time you tried something for the first time?
Yesterday.
Yeah, probably.
What did you do yesterday? You joined book club yesterday. This is maybe the first time you ever did that.
Yeah, that was just a girls' hangout. That wasn't really.
See, the thing about our book club is we're all moms with young kids, like 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. And a lot of them are exclusively breastfeeding. So they just started dropping like flies last night. Like we're 10, 11, and 4 were there. So Eamon just came to the table, lit up the conversation. It was great.
Yeah. Shout out to Joe Dispenza's You Are the Placebo.
Yeah, it was fun.
Guess whose choice that was?
But we actually did have a good chat about it. So I thought it was successful.
Ooh. Is it okay to lie to avoid hurting someone's feelings?
This is so situational, but I would say overall, I think the answer is yes. Obviously, if like the person, like I think there are situations where it's tough, but the person needs to hear the information that, wouldn't make them happy necessarily. But I often think that, like, I don't know. It's so situational. If you've cheated on someone, there's that lie to save the other person's feelings. I don't think that's true. Like, just be honest, be open, like work through it, move on, whatever. But like if it's small and the person feels really beautiful in an outfit or something and it's not your style, but you can tell that they like, because you can always tell, like someone will put something on and if they're asking for your opinion, you can tell by their body language if they think they look good. You really can. That's how
Are you talking to me about this?
No.
Okay, because I'm pretty honest when it comes to your outfits.
Oh, no, I know.
You want me to stay honest, right?
Oh, I thought you were asking about when I'm honest about you, because you're way more sensitive about your look than I am.
Yeah. Well, sometimes.
What?
Wait, let's go back to you. Because
you
like
also
that
don't
I'm
have
honest.
style, honestly.
I don't have style?
Sometimes you're like, that's not cool. And then like, I'll wear it anyways. And a month later, you're like, that was such a sick outfit.
I feel like lately I've been accepting I've been giving you a lot more credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I take what you say with a grain of salt.
But you also have a lot more style these days.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I just don't have to be as minimalist. So I like have some fun things going on. Yeah. You're more sensitive though. Like even before we start the podcast,
but I think
you triple check how you look and I never do. Like I get ready.
Yeah, you get ready.
Yeah, but
You
then I'm
spend
not
20 minutes getting ready. All I do is just look in the mirror for 1 second.
fair.
Fair. Also, I think I'm willing to go a little bit more out there with my style.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes you like kind of more of a square boy. No?
Oh my gosh, I feel like that's so unfair.
Is it?
I have been with you in this last year. Blonde hair,
Been with me.
long hair,
Not
mullet,
accepting loving it.
skinhead.
Not loving it
no-
though.
That's probably not a nice term. I don't know. No hair, all the hair, no beard, mustache. I don't ever say anything.
Exactly. So you don't like it.
Oh, I mean, I don't say like, sorry, but there are people I know in my inner circle. Even you said to Adam and Sarah, grow your beard out, Adam. It'd be cool. And Sarah's like, I don't like it. I don't like it. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't do it. Sarah doesn't like it.
Yeah, they're so square.
My mom is like, when you cut my dad's hair a little too short, she's like, I can't. He looks the exact same. I can't believe how short you cut his hair. I don't.
You're accepting.
Yes.
But I don't think you're
I'm not always rooting
encouraging.
Sometimes your hair goes green, dude. You
It went
spend all
green.
this time dyeing it blonde, and then she
Yeah.
says, don't go in the pool, and you're in the pool in 5 minutes, and your hair goes green. Do I love it? Not really.
Okay.
But are you asking for more love? Because I can give more words of affirmation.
No, I just think
Oh, that's these socks are.
we're not as anyway, let's move on.
What?
I just don't think you're as edgy as I am.
Oh, for sure not.
Yeah.
For
All right,
sure not.
settled.
There's no way I'm as edgy as you. No.
What kind of people do you most admire?
Oh,
Let's do a fire round.
Okay. The kind of people I admire the most are like selfless people when it comes to their time in giving back for others. You know, everyone has to make a choice with where you spend your time, but there are some people I meet who just volunteer on a regular basis. They don't say anything about it. They're not doing it for praise. They're just that kind of person.
And those people typically don't have a lot of money. Like they could have been picking up extra shifts, but they're donating their time. And
I love
those people are legends.
I admire them so much. What is the first thing you notice in others when meeting new people?
Their eyes and then their clothes, their style, not clothes, style, the way they choose to present. And there's a lot of little details involved in that, like the way, are you tucking your shirt in? Have you got high socks, low socks, or your pants tucked into your socks? Like it's amazing how you could put on one outfit and someone with a bit of style
could change it. Things. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would notice that, and I appreciate those little details, accessories I've been getting into a lot more of. Yeah.
Cool.
Have you ever had your heart broken?
Or
have you ever broken a heart? She's a
honestly,
heartbreaker.
I was the heartbreaker, I feel like. So, I mean, that's not to say that I haven't, like, it hasn't broken my heart a little bit too, mostly because I'm just so empathetic and, anyways, not really, no. What is a relationship issue you're having right now? Remember, it's rapid fire. Can't go too deep.
Just honestly, parenting.
Yeah.
What do you value most in a friendship?
Oh, I don't know. I like just rapid. Loyalty came to mind. Like it was the first word that came. Loyalty. If you only had 12 hours left on earth, what would you do with them?
I would probably get drunk and maybe high. Hang with my family, but I would probably drink and I'd probably have some substances, realistically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we're not doing a chat about it. It's phone calls or oh no, wait, I just asked that question.
Is it okay to not leave a tip when you receive bad service?
No. You always have to tip. Always.
What if it's horrible?
Always tip.
Come on.
You just haven't been in the industry enough.
What are you talking about? I've been in the industry.
No. When I worked at Earl, sorry, I have to ad lib on this one. When I worked at Earl's, which is a restaurant here, I tipped out, which meant no matter what people tipped me,
That's true.
I tipped.
No, but I think there's a
into
certain point. If someone's just a bitch,
I'm telling you, oftentimes I mean, if I didn't get a tip, it had nothing to do with me. I was not a bitchy server.
what would you? If someone was just horrible,
10% maybe.
Wow, that's amazing of you.
Oh, I would probably do 15. Because you just don't know what's going on in the kitchen. It's like not ever the person's fault, I don't think.
Okay.
I mean,
if
anyways.
you could wake up tomorrow.
Hey, it's my question. Phone calls or texting and why?
Phone calls, always.
I know.
If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
Learning Spanish. I would speak Spanish fluently.
Nice.
If you could learn a new skill overnight, is this the same question?
Guitar.
Okay.
What's one thing someone said to you that made you feel special?
Aw. I mean, I just used that example of Craig saying that Frankie is just mirroring me.
That was pretty sweet.
But it's so special because I do spend like all my time with her, and I think she's so dope. And so it's really special to hear that, like, you know, that's a reflection of the energy I'm giving her. And really, we're helping them learn to regulate emotions and how to react to things. And when something falls, like when she goes, uh-oh now. I don't know, it's just, it makes me feel very special that she's a reflection of me. Okay, the last question I'll ask you for today, because it's been a lot of fun. I think we should wrap it up. Do you care what others think of you? Why or why not?
My instinct is no, but that's not true. Of course, I care what people think. I think anyone would be lying if they said they don't. Why? Because I want to be accepted.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
We all do. Yeah.
Do you think it's possible for two people to develop a strong bond without ever having a deep conversation?
I'm going to say yes, because there are so many people we've met on the road. Like, I'm thinking of Virginia. We did have deep conversations, I guess. I want to say that it's possible because language barrier sometimes feels like you can't be.
That's true.
Even with her, there were times when I knew what I was trying to say wasn't fully being understood because she spoke English, but it wasn't her first language. And of course, we didn't speak Catalan, right? So it's like, I know that we have a deep relationship, even though we did have like great conversation, but it wasn't like so deep. And I think it's possible to have those feelings with people. Like, I don't know if it's like a deep relationship, but I'm thinking of when we were like in Nepal trekking through the Himalayan mountains, and we like stay at someone's home, and I can feel very like loved by them, and like.
But I don't think that's deep. I think that's love. I think that's not, because my reaction was thinking of that Israeli girl that I met at the retreat.
Yeah.
Shiri.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking about it. We did have the English was broken, but we had very deep conversation.
Fair.
Like very deep. Right? About life and her struggles living in Israel and all that stuff. Like
it's deep. Yeah.
It was deep.
Yeah. I guess you and I also are pretty good at like getting to the deep conversation. So maybe
I'm trying to think of a relationship that we've never, like, even if you meet someone quickly, you know, when you meet someone and you're just like connecting right away.
Yes.
But that's because you're both dropping in.
Yeah, it's so true. Okay, so maybe to have a truly meaningful connection that kind of transcends time. Like, you know, those relationships where you don't speak for a long time or you don't see each other, but then it's like you're connected. You probably have to have had a deep conversation.
Cool.
That
was fun.
That was
Real Talk's great. I'm like, yeah.
Vibey.
I'm
looking forward to sending it to 1,000 of you. So how will we know that you're telling the truth with the emoji? I guess that's on Emma, our producer.
I showed you already.
Yeah, that's true. You showed me. And we'll show Emma, and then she'll connect with everybody. Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. We are so happy. And I hope that everyone's feeling really excited and not like overwhelmed by a new set of things that they have to accomplish or whatever, but just excited for life and living in the moment and small little things that we're changing and doing. And yeah, we'll see you on the road.
Go call someone and tell them you love them, because that's the right thing to do. Peace.
Every day.